Hey guys, Dave here with the Proof of Manliness YouTube channel. Figured I would kick everything off with a quick cigar smoke. I've got a nice Robusto here. It is a Perla Del Mar Maduro, actually made in the same factory as Brickhouse and El Baton. It's actually Nicaraguan and should be pretty good. I only paid about $6.90 for this, I think. It is a Robusto. I think it's 4.7 inch by 52 ring gauge, and apparently it's a real nice mild smoke, so we will see. Let's dive in. This is actually also a box pressed cigar. It has a nice square shape to it. The way I tend to do things, I'll toast it, then I'll cut it. Alright, so the toasting is complete. Let me go ahead and give this bad boy a quick cut. Blow out that old smoke and give it the true light. Draw is really nice. Nice and loose. It's not real tight, so you get a lot of smoke when you take this draw. Almost a little bit woodsy, but it's sweet with a nice coffee notes to it. The smoke seems rather thin, but very plumy. It's nice, and there's a nice quantity of smoke. Little notes of pepper on the retrohale, but nothing too strong at all. This is actually very mild, and I tend to like mild to medium cigars. I'm not too big on full flavored cigars, especially the real big ones. Like, so if you get, you know, a double Toro or something like that, it'll tend to put me on my ass a little bit, and I don't like to get sick from smoking a cigar. So I tend to stick with Robustos in those, or Toros of, you know, mild to medium type cigar. Real quick, the burn isn't the best. It is kind of canoeing on me a little tiny bit, as you can maybe see right here. Pretty even though. It's not the worst that I've ever had, and it could have been from how I toasted it. I don't know. This is the first time doing this on camera, so who knows, I could have screwed something up. Alright, well, I'm going to finish out this first third, and I will see you back for third number 2. Alright guys, so the first third is narrowing down, and I gotta say the burn did correct itself. I did a quick little light on the side, and it burst into flames and evened itself out no problem. Flavor still going good, pretty much the same as in the original light. A little bit more earthiness coming out now. And just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert on cigars, I'm not an expert on whiskey, I'm not an expert on anything. So all of my flavor notes are kind of subjective and probably a little bit limited because my palate isn't as expanded as a lot of people out there. But what I can do is give you a basic Joe Bag of Donuts, Joe Blow rundown on a cigar. And over time, my palate will eventually expand itself and get a lot more interesting. But as of right now, I'm pretty limited on my knowledge, so to speak. Ash holding on nicely here. There is a glare, but ash is holding on nice. It does look a little bit brittle, like it is about to fall off, and it's kind of giving the little Detroit lean action going on there. One thing I forgot to mention was the quality of the wrapper. The wrapper isn't the oiliest thing I've ever seen, and there are a few large veins in it, but nonetheless, it still tastes good, it still burns good, and it still has a good draw. So all of that, to me, it really doesn't matter. Presentation, that is, as long as the cigar is very smokable and it's a good cigar. It has a very creamy kind of taste to it, which I know is a very broad term, but it's a pretty creamy taste. The second third on the retrohale has a little bit more pepper coming out in it, and a bit more earth, but nothing too overpowering. And I don't even know if earth is really the best way to describe it, but that's how I'm going to go ahead and describe it. I went ahead and ashed it, and actually the ash was on there a lot tighter than I originally thought it was. Nonetheless, so as you can see, it is still burning pretty evenly. It doesn't have a huge pyramid building up on the inside of it. And that's really it, guys. That is the review, if you want to call it, of the Perla Del Mar. Remember, this is a new channel. I'm kind of diving into it, still trying to figure out exactly how I want to go about doing these things. But I stopped by the cigar store today and I picked up a bunch of cigars, so I figured that I would smoke one here while I've got it, and it was a nice size. I wanted a nice quick smoke, and So far this is lasting, probably going to last me about a half hour, 45 minutes, which is the perfect spot. After, an hour or so, I tend to start to get tired of them, especially if it's really strong, which this isn't. But yeah, I'll get my my routine down. We'll figure it out together. And that's the Perla Del Mar Nicaraguan cigar, made in the same factory as Brickhouse and El Baton, which I actually have those in the humidor also, so expect those coming soon. And until then, guys, just sip it.